Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, and welcome back to Wash Your Hands and Meditate in English. How are you doing? Is everybody feeling okay? Enjoying their Saturday? Okay. So in today's meditation, I wanted to put the attention on prana. And prana is like your life force. Some people simply translate it as breath, but it's not about the breath only. And there's so many pranas. There's forces in the body, up and down, circulating, stabilizing, and so on and so forth. So prana, as in the essence that lives in us and expresses us, is that thing that also happens when you put your attention towards something. So when you completely focus, your energy will go into that direction. So when like I have dogs, for example. So when my dogs notice my attention is not on them when I go for a walk with them and they're off the lead, then they know that they can do whatever they want. So but as soon as my energy goes towards them, they take any direction I give them, like, to stop and wait and walk. So in the same manner, this kind of force within us exists. And today we want to pay attention to that force and to wake up the internal body and give it some juice on a Saturday. It's something good, I think. So for this meditation, you need to sit upright. Before, there were a few meditations where you could sit relaxed back, but for this one, it would be helpful if you are capable of feeling your sitting bones. So that you're sitting upright and that the perineal floor can open to the ground. So wherever you sit, take an upright seat to your best ability. Close your eyes and allow the hands to rest, palms up or down, depending on what you need today. And then, first of all, as always, connecting to the sensations in your physical body. Noticing the heaviness of the legs, allowing the soles of the feet to relax. The crown of the head to connect to the rest of the spine. So instead of going upwards from the crown, go inward until you meet the atlas. That's the top vertebrae in you. And then follow the spine downwards in each section. So neck, chest area, below the ribs, and then down into the pelvis until you meet the coccyx. Now imagine that your coccyx could lengthen. And when it lengthens, it not only lengthens into the floor or the earth beneath you, but it's dropping right down energetically to the center of the earth, which is a good few miles away. So allow the coccyx to drop far, far, far down to the hottest part of the earth. And then slowly come back up the spine without losing the connection downwards. And connect the atlas again with the crown of the head, and the crown of the head with the ceiling and above into the sky, until you find maybe the planet that you most relate to. Maybe you relate most to the moon or the sun, or no, the sun is no planet, but any of the planets that seem close to you. Can you connect to one of them, taking a moment and so now you're in between this lengthening down to the center of the earth, up to a planet in the universe. And you are in between the two. And in between these points, energy enters in form of breathing and releases through breathing. So allow the breath to move up and down in you. And then to start circulating in you. Imagine that the essence of the breath, so when you feel your out breath, it's often that we feel that the stomach folds in. But beyond that, there is something more that we feel accelerating, lifting. So you're looking out for that part in you, that non-related part to the breathing, to the anatomical, the physiological breathing. And that essence exists in you and circulates through you all the time. And so while you're circulating, or while it's circulating, we want to use our imagination maybe, or intention, much better, to help the energy to circle in a more profound way. So imagine the pelvis is like good glass, like a good wine glass. And you poured a little bit of wine into that glass. And like in good wine tasting, you would swerve the liquid in the glass, not quickly, but very intentionally in one direction. And in the same manner, feel like you're starting to swerve the energy in the base of your pelvis and the perineal floor without you moving. Now the energy to slowly circulate from the bottom and swerve upwards. And the more you turn the prana that wants to rise along the inside wall, pay keen attention of not speeding up, but to evenly circulate also through the parts that feel dull or seem like blind spots in you. And higher you move, coming up above the basin, the pelvis, and continue to move through the lower part of your trunk to reach up slowly into the navel area. Sometimes it might also feel that you want to move the energy not only inside, but it's starting to become a bit wider, and sometimes you want to move outside. Whatever happens, keep your attention and intention keenly on rotating your prana, circulating your prana from the bottom upwards, higher and higher. Maybe if it feels an area in you needs more attention, more swerving, make sure that you stick with it until it feels clear. And if you haven't reached up to the lower ribs, maybe you want to progress higher up to the bottom ribs, where the prana, the essence, can flow through the diaphragm, invigorating the diaphragm. And then starting to touch the inner walls of your rib cage. Keep a little bit more your attention to raise the prana up to the collarbone. And take good care of the top ribs. And then move through the throat and neck area. Into the head, into the skull, over the atlas, and then like a river, allow the energy to float up into the crown and down along the spine, the back of the spine into your coccyx. Once you reach the highest point, the prana becomes a stream going down along the spine, floating into the coccyx that is still connected further down into the earth. And from the lowest point, allow it to flow back up along the front of the spine to the highest point that you connected with. So that the energy circles up and down. And finally, release the picture of you following this circulation of the energy up and down along the spine into the earth and up. And although your awareness is shifting slowly away from it, know that the energy will still be floating through you, flowing through you in deeper and higher connections than just the outside frame, your body, your skin. And then slowly notice your body again. Like, are your eyes quiet? Does your face feel soft? Are your shoulders still relaxed? Do you feel the weight of your body? And then Open your eyes and come back. And you can relax your seat. Maybe if you sit cross-legged, to release the legs. And take a deep breath in and out. To come back into the room. And back into this beautiful evening. So have a wonderful evening. Haven't asked for any interaction, but if you feel your prana is circulating well at this point, that you feel resourced, maybe you can send me a little like exploding star. If you're watching this live, and if you're watching it in retrospect, you're still allowed to make comments. We always love to see your comments and trying to respond to them to our best capability. Okay, so enjoy a wonderful rest, and I see you tomorrow at 5 and wash your hands and meditate. Bye.